Imagine uncovering a web of lies so deep, so twisted, that it shatters everything you thought you knew about your marriage. Your wife, the woman you built a life with, has been sexting a worthless, abusive lowlife for over 2 years, while you work tirelessly to provide for your family. Then the lies drag on for 4 more years, followed by agonizing trickle truths that reopen the wound every time. But what if one simple question could flip the script and deliver the justice you crave? Stick around, because this revenge story will have you cheering by the end. If you've ever felt the sting of betrayal, the kind that makes your chest tighten and your mind race with what-ifs, then you know how powerful a story of sweet, earned revenge can be. Hit that like button if you're ready for some emotional payback. Subscribe for more revenge tales that hit right in the feels, and turn on notifications so you never miss one. Let's dive into this one. It's going to be a roller coaster. Let me take you back to the beginning, where everything seemed picture perfect. My name's Alex, well, that's what we'll call me for this story, and I was just your average guy in his mid-40s, grinding away at a steady job in sales to keep the roof over our heads. My wife, Sarah, and I had been married for 12 years. We had 2 kids, a bubbly 8-year-old daughter who loved drawing unicorns and a rambunctious 5-year-old son obsessed with dinosaurs. Our home in suburban Chicago was cozy, filled with the smells of Sarah's homemade lasagna on Sundays and the sounds of laughter during family game nights. I thought we had it all, the kind of love that survives the daily grind. But beneath that facade, a storm was brewing, one that would leave me questioning everything. It started with small things, the kind you brush off at first. Sarah's phone would buzz late at night, and she'd quickly flip it over, saying it was just work. She'd linger in the bathroom a little too long, her thumbs flying across the screen. I trusted her. Why wouldn't I? She was my partner, the mother of my children. But one rainy evening, about 3 years ago, that trust shattered like glass under a hammer. I was home early from a business trip, surprising her with flowers and her favorite takeout. The kids were at her parents' for the weekend. I walked into our bedroom, and there she was, phone in hand, face flushed, typing furiously. When she saw me, she jumped like I'd caught her in the act of something criminal. "What are you doing home so early?" she stammered, clutching the phone to her chest. My gut twisted, that instinctive knot you feel when something's off. I asked to see her phone, half joking, but her eyes widened in panic. After a tense standoff, she handed it over, but not before deleting a thread. Or so she thought. What I found in the remnants was devastating. Messages, hundreds of them, spanning back 2 years and 7 months. Explicit texts, declarations of love, photos that made my stomach churn. The guy? Let's call him Mike. A deadbeat dad who abandoned his own kids, a wife-beater with a rap sheet, a drug addict who couldn't hold down a job if his life depended on it. And get this, I dug deeper later and discovered he had multiple restraining orders against him from minor females, represented by guardians ad litem. This wasn't just some charming fling. Sarah had been pouring her heart into a predator, a little girl chaser who preyed on vulnerability. She'd told him she loved him repeatedly, while I was out there busting my ass to pay the bills, plan family vacations, and be the rock she claimed she needed. The betrayal hit like a freight train. My heart pounded in my ears, a deafening roar that drowned out everything else. I felt hot tears sting my eyes, my hands shaking as I scrolled through the evidence. "How could you?" I whispered, my voice breaking. Sarah collapsed into sobs, swearing it was just emotional, that it never got physical. But that was lie number 1. Over the next 4 years, yes, for agonizing years, she lied about every detail. She'd say it was only a few months, then admit to more when I pressed. She'd blame her stress, my long hours at work, anything but her own choices. The trickle truth started a year and 8 months ago, and it's still going, drop by painful drop. Each revelation felt like a fresh stab, reopening the scar just as it started to heal. I'd lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, my mind racing. Why him? Why a monster like that? Am I not enough? The emotional toll was brutal. I'd snap at the kids over nothing, my patience frayed like an old rope. My daughter once asked, "Daddy, why are you sad all the time?" and it broke me. I'd clench my fists until my nails dug into my palms, fighting the urge to scream. Sarah would minimize it. It was just texts, Alex. You're overreacting. Or worse, blame me. If you were home more, maybe I wouldn't have felt so lonely. Those words ignited a fire in me, a burning obsession. I started wondering, would she forgive me if the roles were reversed? If I sexed some lowlife for years, lied about it, and trickled the truth? Would she suffer even a fraction of the pain she'd inflicted on me? I kept it bottled up at first, trying to reconcile for the kids. Therapy sessions where she'd cry prettily and promise change. But her apologies felt hollow, like echoes in an empty room. I'd see her glance at her phone, and paranoia would grip me. Chest tight, breath shallow, imagining her typing to him again. Mike, that scum, was still out there, probably laughing at the fool he'd made of me. I researched him obsessively, late into the night, my eyes burning from the screen glow. The restraining orders, public record, reports of abuse, drug busts, child neglect. This guy wasn't just a cheater, he was a danger to society. The turning point came one stormy night about 6 months ago. Sarah and I were arguing again. She just admitted another detail, that she'd sent him money once, just to help. She sighed dramatically. I'm doing everything I can, Alex. Why isn't it working fast enough? I feel hopeless. Hopeless? She felt hopeless? Rage boiled over, a red haze clouding my vision. My voice trembled as I finally voiced my obsession. Sarah, if I did this to you, sexed some trashy woman for years, lied, trickled the truth, would you forgive me? Would you stay? She hesitated, her eyes darting away. I don't know. It would hurt too much. That was it, the hypocrisy laid bare. In that moment, something snapped. I wasn't going to revenge cheat. That wasn't me. But justice? Oh, I could deliver that. I started planning quietly, methodically, like assembling a puzzle in the dark. First, the AP. Using public records and anonymous tips, I compiled a dossier on Mike's crimes, the restraining orders, the abuse allegations, the drug dealings. I tipped off the authorities with solid evidence, including links to his ongoing violations. Weeks later, I got word. He was arrested on outstanding warrants, including new charges related to those minors. The news hit Sarah like a slap. She freaked out, begging me not to get involved, but it was too late. Mike was behind bars, his life crumbling, just as he'd crumbled mine. Next, the divorce. I'd consulted a lawyer in secret, gathering proof of her infidelity for a fault-based split. Our state favored the betrayed spouse, and with the kids' well-being in mind, I pushed for primary custody. Sarah fought at first, but the evidence was overwhelming. In court, her minimizations fell flat. The judge saw through her tears. I walked away with the house. Fair alimony, not that I needed it. I'd been promoted at work amid all this, channeling my pain into productivity, and the satisfaction of seeing her facade crack. But the real revenge? Living well. I threw myself into self-improvement. Gym sessions where sweat poured out the anger, therapy to unpack the trauma, dates with kind, genuine women who made me feel seen. 6 months post-divorce, I met Emily, a vibrant teacher who laughs at my dad jokes and adores my kids. Our home echoes with joy again. Unicorn drawings taped to the fridge, dinosaur roars filling the air. The payoff came 3 months ago, on a crisp fall evening. Sarah showed up at my door unannounced, eyes red-rimmed, clutching a crumpled letter. Alex, please, she begged, her voice cracking like thin ice. I can't do this alone. Mike's gone. My friends know everything. I've lost it all. Forgive me. We can start over. Her face twisted in desperation. The woman who'd once held my heart now a shadow of regret. I felt a surge of triumph, mixed with pity, but no love. My heart raced, but this time with empowerment. Sarah, I said calmly, meeting her gaze, you wouldn't forgive me if the roles were reversed. Remember? Now you know a fraction of my pain. I closed the door gently, hearing her sobs fade as she walked away. In that moment, the weight lifted, relief flooding me like warm sunlight. Justice served, not with fists or flings, but with truth and growth. Stories like this remind us that betrayal cuts deep, but true revenge isn't about destruction. It's about reclaiming your power. Karma has a way of circling back, and sometimes, the best payback is proving you can rise above the ashes. If there's a lesson here, it's this. Trust your gut, seek justice wisely, and never underestimate the strength in walking away. Phew, what a ride. Did that story give you the chills of satisfaction? If it did, smash that like button to show some love, and drop a comment below. What's the most epic revenge you've ever pulled off or witnessed after betrayal? Don't forget to subscribe for more heart-pounding revenge stories that deliver the emotional punch you crave. Thanks for watching, stay strong out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.